Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of the Liverpool Connection podcast. We are having our pub chat today, and obviously we are not at BD Riley's. We're at our homes. BD Riley's has a bunch of hens having a party tonight, so we can't be out there and hearing them cackle while we're trying to have serious conversations about our beloved Reds. So, with me today, again, all the way from Brentford, Julian, group matter expert
Right.
Lane, and from the Isle of Man, Wee Glenn, King Joffrey himself. Welcome back, boys. How's everyone doing?
I'm all right now. I'm on here.
That's right. You know, it's weird to do these things without a pint in my hand, and so we're going to battle through today.
It's weird to do these with such a celeb like King Joffrey as well.
Yeah.
You know, it's kind of a little bit intimidating, honestly. I mean, that's why Glenn hasn't been on for the past few weeks because it takes a lot out of us once we get through. You know, a little pub chat with such
the real
a
story.
celebrity.
They were going to do they were going to do one of those backstory miniseries of King Joffrey.
Yeah.
So he was out in
Yeah.
L.A. with R.R. Martin and all the HBO brass to see if he was gonna be good enough to be interesting to have a backstory. And obviously he's back here with us. So
I
think he was pretty popular. I think he did really well actually. So
Yeah,
I think a
he did.
spin-off would be great. You know, maybe time travel into the modern age and we see him go through high school, college. It'd be really good.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's talk about a game that
Fucking hell.
played today.
Hey,
which
I
was
prefer to
Liverpool
speak
against
about. I prefer to
Derby.
speak about Derby. I prefer to speak about this Derby game. To be honest,
Go ahead.
And it was a
Kick
bag of
us off.
shite.
You kick us
Okay,
off.
yeah. Obviously, you know, we're having the Carabao Cup game today against Derby, playing at home. 7 changes to the side. I think 5 debutants that Klopp gave it their first start as a Liverpool player. One of the youngest lineups I've ever seen the Reds start with, and we end up winning on penalties. You know, Quivim, the savior again.
What a legend already he is.
What a legend, you know. And I said before, he'd probably be a starter on 17 out of the 20 Premier League teams. I think he's just a great keeper. But going back to the starting lineup, the Ox was in there. You know, everybody kind of had forgotten about him. He's gotten some minutes here recently, and maybe this will be something that he can build on. Not that he played very well today, but at least he got the minutes, and he'll have the World Cup to get more fitness into him, and maybe he might have a role to play. Come the second half of the season. So, Julian, your thoughts on the game?
The lineup, of course, was. I mean, it was impossible to guess who was going to play, but the lineup wasn't surprising into the fact that there were so many changes and it was dominated by youth players. And I don't think it was shy. I think it was an important. I mean, we won the game, so automatically it makes it a good thing. I think a lot of players did very well. I thought it was, these players haven't played together at this level before, so it was always going to be difficult. I thought Calvin Ramsey was a standout. He looks a talent. I mean, there's a reason, of course, he was so highly rated in Scotland, but he looks like a proper player.
And I was
very good, very impressive.
I was gonna say that probably out of all the young people that were playing today, with Freundorf and Bajcetic, Ramsey, Leighton Clark, Kane, Carvalho. I think most people wanted to see Ramsey, from the get-go.
Bobby Clark and Leighton Stewart were the two.
Just seeing that, Ramsey play, what he was going to offer, and I tell you what, I'm pretty impressed for his tactical ability on the ball. Very close quarter dribbling he has. He's a pretty sturdy lad, and he seems like he gets up and down that flank. It's exciting that there'll be somebody that is a legitimate backup to Trent. Hopefully,
It's hard to take much out of this apart from his great experience. It's twofold, right? It's great experience for the younger players, and it's games for Ox, Gomez, Phillips that need their fitness as well. So it was very important for those players to get some minutes on the pitch, and I thought everyone did all right. They did well. if anyone was disappointing, if I was to say disappointing, I thought Carvalho didn't maybe impose himself as much as maybe I expected him, considering he has played a fair bit this season. But yeah, I mean, it was good to rest some players. Obviously, the star again is Kelleher, which unbelievable how his record is in penalty shootouts is, and as Klopp said after the game, he is the best number 2 in the country, maybe in Europe. I mean, he's the potential. Then it's going to be harder. There's going to be a point where he's going to want to play consistently first team. Hopefully, he doesn't for the near future, because he is obviously getting better from what we can see. He's growing, but I mean, he's obviously the hero of the night again, Kelleher. So,
you know that you look back at the other results today. A lot of big name teams are already out of the cup, and so you look at the objective of today was to give people rest, to give opportunities to the young players, and to get a result and just advance. And I think we achieved all 3 of those objectives. Whereas a team like the Spurs are already out, Chelsea's out obviously, and a couple other Premier League teams are already out at this stage. So yep. So kudos to the squad. And I know it's exciting, and you kind of look at that. Not that many teams are able to put that type of team out and get a result. Even at this early stage of the cup.
Yeah, but I think so. I'm a big thing on this, to be honest with you, because I think loads of teams just don't give a shit about it this year. And you can tell by how many top teams have gone out. Even tonight, I
you're right.
If Liverpool would have got knocked out tonight, I wouldn't have given a shit. I really wouldn't.
Yeah.
But I even think the manager wouldn't have cared either. I really do. I don't know. There's just 1,000 million games, and maybe having this. I mean, the draw is everything, isn't it?
Yeah.
If you get another gimme, like League One team at home, you get something like that. But it's just about preparing. It's just another game to have to prepare for, and seeing the amount of like really big teams that got knocked out, it just sort of shows that I don't know.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
Mentality of like can't be arsed with it.
You're not wrong. Our lineup that Klopp put out today, I mean, it's pretty obvious that if we go through, that's fantastic. If we don't go through, that's all right as well. That's that lineup, and it can be like you said, the same for. Arsenal. I'm sure Arteta isn't that bothered. His eyes are on the Premier League, so to take away another tournament, I'm sure he's more than happy with. But we're through, which is good, and I'm sure the next round, regardless of who we get, we'll probably see a pretty close. I mean, if it's a Man City or something like that, then he's not going to stick in every youngster under the sun because we get destroyed. And then you might see something a bit more experienced, but hopefully we get a decent draw. And then we can put out a similar side again and give more experience to these players and get minutes for the likes of the Ox.
Do you know what, right? So this is mad, right? But there was even parts in that game where I was thinking, well, in the Pens, I was thinking, I wonder if Klopp's... This is obviously a joke, by the way, before people start going mad. But I wonder if there was parts of it where Klopp's probably going, just do what you can just to fucking get beat you here, because some of the pens, like obviously Kelleher is unbelievable, but some of the pens were absolutely atrocious, really. Like Nunez's shite. Firmino's about 5 foot in the air over the ball. Who else had one? Was that
well, Bagzetic missed the first one. Hey, so that's
right. Yeah, that young lad, that was shocking. I mean, why would you send a 17-year-old take the first 10?
So that's what I was going to ask.
You're wrong, Glenn. By the way, there's no way. I know you're being funny, but there's no chance.
But you guys,
no, obviously never did he. But like the pens were so bad. Even Oxlade-Chamberlain's hit the post and went in.
Right? Yeah, he tried to miss that. Hey, but look, a serious question though, because you had Ox, you had Bobby, you had Nunez. Why are you letting the youngest person go take the first penalty? Seriously.
Well, it's weird, wasn't it? When you look at the 5, because I was thinking the Costas would have got one. Right. Not that I really give a shit. Like I said, if we would have got knocked out, it wouldn't have really been that big of a thing. But it did surprise me when he rocked up and then he took that pen. I thought, well, Firmino put his one over. I thought, lads, are you just trying to get like whatever you can to not try and get this this extra game in?
Yeah.
But no.
But good on Elliott to make the game winning penalty there. Even though it's not a final, it's still a little bit of pressure, to make it. So good on him, and showing leadership and poise.
He was
and
fantastic when
I
he
was
came
just going
on,
to say
by
when
the
he
way,
came on,
Elliot.
and let's we got to talk about Doak as well. When he came on, 16-year-old lad getting his debut, he showed quite a bit of promise. Going down that right hand side, and a lot of confidence on the ball. He wasn't scared of taking people on.
Like, not intimidated. He'd obviously been told just get on and have fun, right? Because he did that. He literally came on, got the ball, and just ran and just took everyone on as many times as possible. And he is a big. I mean, he's been making a lot of stories in our youth team. There's a lot of potential there, which we have seen numerous times to other players. Hopefully, he will go on to that next level. Early days, but he was brilliant. He was really good when he came on. Really.
But when I saw a difference though when he came on, because he took Frauendorf's spot. Frauendorf never tried to do any of that. He just kind of stayed wide and played simple passes. Very, very few times did he take anybody on the dribble. But as soon as Doak went in there, you saw he was putting his head down and taking people on. So it's just, I think when you're as a coach and you're going back and review film like this, and like, okay, who's going to get that last spot on the bench, moving forward if I need an extra person, probably be that guy.
But it's hard, right? Because Frauendorf came on. Obviously, this team has been set up tactically. It's different when you start the game. It's very different. The when like Doak comes on, it's more like it's later on in the game. He's like, okay, we want to win this. Just go at them. Play your game that you've been playing for the youth team, right? And have that freedom. And I'm sure if Frauendorf was on the bench and it was later on, and he would probably have done maybe different types of player, but he probably would have run at players more as well. Where I thought,
I don't know. I guess if you're playing in the
mid, it's a bit harsh. It's a bit harsh on the guy.
It is, but I mean, if you're a midfield player, I could see that. But when you're playing forward, you got to take somebody on every once in a while. Just keep them honest. But anyway, you're right. There's some.
By the way,
structure.
Forgot to mention during the pens, the last penalty that got missed by them was by a lad called Dobin. He's on loan at Everton, so it's always a good thing.
That was good.
That was a good thing.
Also, their goalkeeper.
Oh yeah,
right. What the? It was miles.
He's on the penalty spot, wasn't he?
For the first one, especially. Isn't there what's going on in the League Cups? There are no rules for whether there's nothing. He was
you know what? He should have got a yellow during the game, wasting time. He was wasting time from the very beginning. Falling on the ground just catching a simple ball and falling on the ground and wasting time. So, and he was never cautioned during the game. And obviously, you go into PKs, and how do you go talk to the guy multiple times and not card the keeper? Not that you're going to give him the second yellow, but you can stop him from doing it again, right? So,
by the way, what happened with him? I might be totally off here because I was driving down to pick my kid up at the end of extra time, but at the end of extra time, didn't he go off? Didn't he go off down the tunnel and do something? Did he go off the pitch, that keeper?
I don't recall. I don't remember.
I'm sure I heard him saying, "Oh, he's gone off."
I'll have to look it up.
It might be. I don't know. It might be absolutely talking shite there, but I'm glad
he faked the shoulder injury before that, so wasting time.
I like when Nunes came on. He was in a battle with their centre back immediately. They're shoving each other off the ball. And then there was a moment, I think when just after Doak came on, and the ball comes in the box, and him and the defender are wrestling, and then the defender falls to the floor, and I'm like, Nunes, don't punch him in the face, because it looks so close that he was going to give someone another wallop. It's like, there's footage of it zoomed in. It's like, oh my god, lad!
That's your man, Captain Chaos.
He is Captain Chaos. We love him. He's hilarious.
There's a part of me tonight that would have. It's too difficult to say, I suppose, just because we've not got that many forwards at the minute. But there was a part of me that would have liked to have seen Nunes get 60 minutes tonight.
I would have wanted, yeah, same.
Just to try and get him, on that.
Yep.
that score sheet. But I mean, realistically, him playing tonight next to a couple of kids, I don't know, probably wouldn't have made that much sense.
Right.
Anyway, should we move on to the real football?
Yeah. So we won.
Yeah.
We achieved our objective, winning, advancing, getting people time. So now on to the next match, the last Premier League game before the World Cup break. I'll be surprised if anybody even sprints in this game that's headed towards the World Cup. But matches against Southampton at home and another opportunity to, get 3 more points and just continue the momentum that we've had the last couple of games. So thoughts on the game against Southampton, guys?
Well, Southampton are managerless as far as we're doing this this pod. We're doing this on a Wednesday evening, and they don't have a manager. So let's hope they don't have one, because we always hate that new manager comes in and whatnot. But I mean, you're right. It is a weird game. I mean, if you put yourself in the mind and the shoes of Virgil and Fabinho, right, and there's a World Cup coming next week. No training camp, nothing. It's got to be playing on your mind. That's really difficult for how you. I mean, yes, they're professionals, right, and you would expect that their heads will be focused on Southampton. But when there's a World Cup the following week, it's got to be difficult, right? It's got to be.
Yeah, and obviously, getting the news this morning that Sadio Mane probably is going to miss the World Cup, through an injury. So that has to be playing in these guys' minds. I would imagine you just have to, anything that's 50-50, there might be a split second guessing of, am I going to go into that tackle or not? So,
well, shit, if you think that, you're more likely going to get injured. It's better for you to go full on. You go in half-assed, you're going to get an injury. So it's, but yeah, Southampton managerless, not great. Obviously, we haven't been great. We should win this, but who knows? We don't know this season. It's very difficult to predict.
Southampton, I watched them a little bit against Newcastle at the weekend, and obviously the manager's gone now, but they were absolutely shocking.
Mm-hmm.
They were shocking. And I was looking at their team, and I seen the defenders, and I know everyone's got injuries at the minute. I couldn't tell one of their defenders. No clue. So start quickly, start fast, hopefully get an early goal, and then sort of grow from there. I think the only real this is all going to come back in my face now. I'm not going to say we're going to win 6-0 and we're going to have a load of gang of dickheads from Leeds commenting on our posts, on our things. But
I think Southampton fans are nicer than Leeds fans. So go ahead, say 7.
Well, that's not much. They was, to be fair, the Leeds fans were actually all right, and to be fair, you deserved a little bit of grief. You deserved a bit of grief for not commenting. But
you're right. Yeah.
I think other than really Ward-Prowse and probably set pieces, I don't think that they've got anything really that should threaten us. Like they had the other day they had Che Adams, who's half decent player, half decent, but you could also say he could probably be top end championship.
Yeah.
And next to him was Theo Walcott, and you're like, well, Theo Walcott was shite 5 years ago when he was at Everton, so even the back end of Arsenal. So I think Ward-Prowse is really, really good in his delivery and stuff like that. But other than that, they've not really got anything.
Though, right? I mean, they have someone like Ward-Prowse who is fantastic at delivering the ball, but he's for no one to deliver it to. I mean, they don't. The players that they have up front are not suited to the kind of passes.
No, I'm talking more set pieces, though, mate.
That's how they play, right, Glenn? Every time that we play them, it seems like that's all they want to do, try to get a set piece around the box, and hopefully Ward-Prowse, and then he's probably made more direct free kicks than anybody in the league currently, throughout his history. And it seems like that's always what they want to play for when they play against us. They're not trying to break the lines. They're just wanting to get fouled. And any slightest of touch, they're going to go down, and then Ward-Prowse.
He's a good player. He's a brilliant. He is the standout player for them.
I don't think he's a brilliant player. I don't think he's brilliant. I think he's a good player. He's a good, solid Premier League player. But his set pieces are unbelievable.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? His set pieces are unbelievable. I don't think he's a brilliant player though. He's not gonna like run a game or cut you open, is he?
Right.
But no, one thing that you would hope that, I mean, you've got Salah now, who's, I know we never done it. I don't think we did a pod about after the Spurs, but honestly, the movement and the way he was playing was just unbelievable. Like, unbelievable. That he just looks at it, and this is probably, it's just the shit time that we're going into the World Cup now, because I really fancy him at the weekend. So him, and then obviously Firmino. The news with Firmino, that can go both ways, I suppose. We're not playing. So yeah, no, I'm obviously really confident, but you know, let's come back to bite us all in the arse a lot this season. So
I think we'll be all right. I will be surprised if we lost this. I think we'll go out there and put on a really good performance at home last game for the World Cup. I think the team pretty much picks itself, barring any injuries between now and then. Maybe a doubt over the midfield position. There's normally one that you could go either way with, which would be probably either Elliott or Henderson. I think it will be Fabinho, Thiago, and one of those. Rest of the team picks itself, unless you disagree. I don't think there'll be.
No, yeah. I agree. I was just thinking then as you were speaking, like, I wonder whether he'd do the 4-4-2 thing. I don't think he will, but I was just thinking, because you're playing against a team that's a little bit low in confidence.
I don't think he can. And I think that we gave Carvalho that chance, right, in that role. He's not ready for the, brilliant potential, but he's doesn't seem ready to start games at the moment. So I think with the injuries have dictated essentially that we have to play a 4-3-3, because it suits Nunes. He looks pretty good on the left. It's not ideal, but he looks good there. It suits Firmino, it suits Salah, and with the midfielders we have fit, it suits our midfield as well. So I think
I agree.
4-3-3 works.
I agree, and I think it's something we could do later on in a few weeks. We need to really just sit down and have a little chat about what we think Liverpool's formation, the way we going forward. I think it'd be good to have a good chat about that on a pod. But I don't know, I was just thinking maybe going with a 4-4. I don't know. I don't think he would like to say, but having just feel like we've got a few more options now. Like with getting players like Oxlade-Chamberlain back, and now Carvalho's back and Curtis is back. Just having a few more options in midfield is handy to have, isn't it? But no, I agree. I think Fabinho, Thiago, and it's going to be probably a Fabinho, Thiago, Henderson, two out of them, and then Harvey. I would play Harvey.
Yeah.
And then front three is the front three, isn't it?
Yeah. So predictions for the game, guys. Score prediction.
Where's Chris Belcross when you need him? Because he knows what he's talking about. He called it the last game, and he called Salah too as well. I don't know, Glenn. What do you think?
I will go. I just feel like we're going to wake up on Sunday morning and some knobhead from Southampton is going to say, "Hey, fat boy, you got that one wrong, didn't you?" I'll go 4-0 Liverpool.
Wow.
4-0?
4-0 Liverpool, yeah, and I feel like Salah's going to score. Salah will score 3.
Wow.
All right, Wilson.
I'm going to go 3-1, just because there's always a chance. we always give up an opportunity. So 3-1 to the Reds.
My prediction is really all based on the thing is, it's going to be third. They're not going to have a manager. Even if they have a manager, they're not going to be able to do much. It's Southampton.
Manager now, mate. There's no point in them having a manager now.
I know. Take your time. Southampton a mess. I haven't got a clue. I mean, 3-1 sounds good. 4-0 feels pretty good. but we have a lot of goals in us at times. When the situation is right, this team will score a lot. I'm going to be ridiculous and say 7-0. Okay.
Such a knob, aren't you?
Hey,
do you know what though?
Hey, I called the Rangers 7, right? So whatever.
Yeah, you did. To be fair, do you know what though? Just before we go, it'd be nice. I'd take a Liverpool 2-0. I'd take a Liverpool 2-0.
Come on.
Pardon?
I'll take a 1-0. I just want to win. Just keep.
No, but what I'm trying to get at is I can't remember the last time Liverpool ever controlled the game and just they get like on 75 minutes it's 2-0 and the game is dead. I can't remember the last time it's happened. But I mean Bournemouth, you could maybe say Bournemouth.
Yeah.
That felt like that was also a million miles away. I can't think of another game when that's happened. Even like big results like the Rangers won. It was 1-1 at half time.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? They had a chance before half time to make it 2-1. The Rangers at home I'd probably maybe say that was as close as when we really controlled the game. But I can't think of many where we've just played a game and we've 70 minutes you're like, right, sound, game's dead.
Yeah.
So that would be nice if it was 2-0, 4-0, 7-0. But if we could just control the game and we could all have a nice little Saturday.
That's right.
A nice little Saturday.
Yeah.
So there you have it, everyone.
Cool.
We're going for the Reds' victory. Last game before the World Cup break. Have a little bit of momentum. Regroup after when everybody gets back. Hopefully, Jota and Diaz will be close to coming back, and then we'll be running for it in the second half of the season. Get through, add a couple people in January, and we're gonna go on this streak to the end of the season and chase glory as we normally do. So, any last words, guys?
Subscribe, motherfuckers.
That's right. Hey, thanks to all you guys. You guys are making our channel blow up. Our subscriber list is growing every episode. So we thank you. Please select the like button, subscribe, get some notifications, comment down below. Julian, make fun of Julian for all his predictions.
Make fun of Wilson. That's really easy. And then give us your best lookalikes for Glenn Cooley because there's a fair few out there. And we think King Joffrey is really good, but if you have a better one than him,
we had Kevin McAllister earlier, so
yeah, Kevin McAllister was good.
Fuck's sake!
Cheers, Al.
If you're still watching at this point, then fair play. The amount of shite that these two talk, I apologise.
Cheers.
All right, thank you.